So here we are, this is Baruch Fleischman, we're in Parshas Titzaveh, and we're going through this idea of, we kept saying this phrase, va'ata, vav referring to Zeranpin, and ata referring to Malchus, or maybe that's not exactly how we learn it. So we learned the same idea from other Pesukim, besides that. Now the Zohar comes out, and it goes back over this ground again, and it says, va'ata Titzaveh es b'nei Yisrael. So you should command the children of Israel. And what does he want to say about this? Why is this phrase here? So it says, Ruach kudsha pachta oleichum, because he says there is a certain Ruach. This word Ruach is a little bit hard to define. You could define it by all the different things that it could be. It could be breath. It could be wind. It could be air. It could be spirit, the word spirit, which is very difficult in English to be able to attach that into anything. He says, Ruach Kudsha of holiness, Pakta Halayhu, came and visited them, or came down on them. Ba'an Hir Halayhu, and it shone upon them, the Me'eved Ovada Beru'usa Shalim, so that the work of the Mishkan that we're talking about here should be done with complete and perfect will, or perfect acceptance. See what it means. Now let's look at the Matak B'Devash, and we'll see what he says. He said, the pasuk of Va'ata Titzaveh es b'nei Yisrael, you should command the children of Israel. So it doesn't say just command the b'nei Yisrael, it said Va'ata Titzaveh. You had that Va'ata again. So we're going back over this word Va'ata a bunch of different times. What can we say about it? Bala Horoski Ruach Kudsha Pachta Halaycha Ba'ani Halaycha Ruach HaKodesh. Now we call this Ruach HaKodesh. Yesterday we spoke a little bit about whispering in the ears of these people to show them all of the details. So he says this Ruach HaKodesh Naveya Miyichud Zun. And how does it happen? By making a yichud between Zohar and Nuk. Now we have to understand that in our siddur, that is in the Svardi siddur, it's also in the Matak B'Devash siddur, that the name Yud-Kei Vav-Kei is always written with an Adni inside of the Hey, the final letter Hey. Yud-Kei Vav-Kei with an Adni in the back of that. That's Lashon Yichud. And so the Kavanah over there is that every time that it's seen, it means it's a Yichud of Zun, and here we come to tell us what is the result of the Yichud of Zun. So it's Ruach HaKodesh HaNaveh MiYichud Zun. So this Ruach comes from the Yichud of Zun. Chosim Mitzaveh Osam, it commanded them. The Ruach had an ability to be able to speak to them. And he says, and shines in them in such a way that in their own minds they would be able to understand things that they normally would not have been able to understand. But the key part of this is the concept of the yichud of Zohar and Nuk. That is the ability to be able to make peace between opposing forces, which in this case would be Chesed and Gevurah and Olam Atzilus, in order to be able to make this possible. But this is our kavanah. So he said, "Ich la'asos es avoda shel asiyas shemen zayazach." How to do this avoda? Which avoda? The avoda of making the anointing oil. Kasiv l'maor b'ratzon shalom. So it says, excuse me, I got to read it, but read it wrong. Shemen zayas zak kasis l'maor, that is refined out. These different languages are refining it, so that it would be fit for the menorah in the base of Mikdash. So that's when it said va'ata. You should command them. Hainu Ruach HaKodesh, that is the Ruach HaKodesh Hanovea, which flows miyuchud zun. So he says it again. The Titzaveh Aleichem Achar She Moshe Rabbeinu Amar Lachem Titzaveh. So after he said va'ata, so ata Titzaveh as b'nei Yisrael, and Moshe Rabbeinu commands them. And the va'ata means that there is a yichud. The prayer here is that the yichud of Zun. V'hoyim ma'orach as libam, and this Ruach HaKodesh that came into them. He says it awakened their hearts. Ligmor as a mitzvah v'ratzam shalom, to complete the mitzvah with a complete will. Now let's read a little bit more in the Zohar. And the Zohar says, Va'ata kach l'cha, and you take for yourself, kama dokimna, like we say, like this, explain it. Va'ata hag hakrev alecha, so you should bring near to yourselves. Now here's this va'ata again. So he said, Va'ata kach l'cha, and then it said, Va'ata hakrev alecha. Hani kulu chocho b'roboda de mashkan. All of these have to do what is necessary in order to be able to make the Mishkan. The kuli is Titzaveh b'rozador, because everything was made out of this secret. Now let's see us a little bit, not 100% clear. Let's see how the Matuk learns this. So the Matuk says like this, the Masha Kosev, what is written like this, Va'ata kach l'cho. So the rest of the pasuk is B'somim, Rosh, and so and so on and so forth. Va'asisa ozo shemen mishkas kaid. And if you make it into this, Va'asisa ozo, make it shemen mishkas kodesh, a holy anointing oil. Pirusha, what does it mean? He says, so because we've already had this idea before, Va'ata hakrev alecha, and you bring near to yourself. Shepirusha shemoshe yache v'yikarev alav, that Moshe made a yichud. He joined unto himself as Sod Shem HaKodesh, the secret of the holy name, l'tzorach meleches Mishkan, for the purpose of making the Mishkan. So also the same idea over here. And you take for yourself, Pirush Shiyikak v'yikrov alav, as hayichud hagamor, to bring this complete and total yichud, this is his prayer, l'tzorach asiyah shemen mishka, for the purpose of making the anointing oil. B'kol eloch ha'pesukim sheparashta, so all of these pesukim, the ataz and all the different ones we went through, kan, sheruom zal yichud zun, they're all talking about one idea, the idea of the yichud of the opposites, which are male and female. When that happens, wonderful things happen. Kula ne'emar b'avoda de mashkan. All of them are really talking about the malachas of the Mishkan, or b'shemen and the menorah, or another part, the shemen from the menorah, or b'big de kahuna, as we're getting into now, or b'shemen the mishka, or an anointing oil. All of them talk to this. And what does it want to say? The kula of is avid b'rozador, that whatever was made by the secret. Shkol avodas malachas Mishkan, na'asa b'sod yichud zun. This was made as a result of the yichud zun, which in the previous paragraph we talked about how the yichud of zun produced a ruach kodesh. You have to think about all the different people who are your enemies, and realize that the whole idea of everything is to bring all of it into oneness, and understand that the Ein Sof Baruch Hu is inside of all things, all people, all actions, all deeds. By making this peace between opposites, you're able to bring down the Ruach HaKodesh that can insert Shetishra HaShchina to dwell b'maaseh yedeihem, with the work of their hands. This is Baruch Fleischman, and this is the Tikkun Elevation Veder Kolel. It's the Zohar for the 9th day. What day is today? Month is Adar.